I was running low on dimes, so figured I'd buy 1,000 of them. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure. Welcome back to the channel. I was running low on both Roosevelt dimes and Mercury dimes, so I stopped at my silver dealer. He had $95.30 worth of dimes and another $20, so I figured we'd top this bag up to an even $100 worth of Roosevelt and Mercury dimes. There shouldn't be anything older than that in here. I mean, if there is, it'd be a surprise. But $100 worth of dimes is 1,000 dimes in total. Now, of course, I'll be looking for any of the major varieties for both the Mercury dimes and Roosevelt dime series, as well as any better Mercury dime key dates. But I'm not expecting any of that. I just really want to go through this bag and see if we can get lucky, and if not, make some rolls up so that I have some in stock. All right, enough of that. Let me go ahead and get this bag dumped out on the mat, and then we'll begin the sort. Man, that's a lot of dimes. Holy cow. 1,000, unless he's off by something, but 1,000 total dimes up here. And you know what? It actually looks like a pretty good mixture of both Roosevelts and Mercury dimes. I was thinking I would see mostly Roosevelt dimes, but there's a lot of Mercury dimes in here as well. So I'm pretty pleased with that. And I'll be curious to see what we have more of, Mercury or Roosevelt dimes. It looks like it's a pretty even mix. All right, let me go ahead now. I'll start to sort them by Roosevelt dimes will go in here. I'll leave the Mercury dimes on the mat because I really want to go through those first. And if I happen to see something while I'm sorting that catches my eye, I'll bring you guys back. Otherwise, I'll bring it back once I have the segregation of Roosevelt and Mercury dimes. Wish me luck. It's going to take a while. All right, they are sorted, and believe it or not, this is the Roosevelt dimes, and this is the Mercury dimes. It looks like there might be almost twice as many Mercury dimes as Roosevelt dimes, and when you factor in the fact that Mercury dimes are typically a little more worn and thinner. I mean, if you ever fill up a roll of dimes and you see that a $5 roll of Mercury dimes is a lot smaller than a $5 roll of Roosevelt dimes, you know there might be easily 2 to 3 times as many. So I'll be curious to see what the exact amount is as far as the difference. And there's some seriously slick ones. It is possible that during my fast sort, I have a Rosie in the Mercs, or the Mercs, maybe a few in the Rosies that I missed, but we'll have to see. I'm not going to do anything with the Roosevelt dimes just yet, but I am going to now dump out the Mercury dimes and then get them sorted by a few different dates. We're going to have the teens, the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s. And then I always pull out all the 1942s as well, because you do want to check for both the Philadelphia and Denver minted over dates. I have one of those. It's clean, but it's a good one. I'm going to see if I can find another one if I'm so lucky. Probably not a big enough sample, but you never know. Let me get this dumped out, and then I'll do the sort off camera. Man, that is a lot of Mercury dimes. Holy cow. Oh, see, I knew I'd have a few mistakes. It's possible I have a few more in there, but we'll go through this now. I'll get them sorted, and if I see any great dates, I will let you know, but that's a 1917 Philly to kick us off. All right, let me get this done, and I'll be back. All right, we have finished the sort. These are the ones from the teens, 1916 through 1919. These are the 20s. These are the 30s. These are all the 40s except for the 1942s that are here. I will say in advance that I didn't pre-sort the 42s by P, D, or S. They're all in there, so I'm only going to be checking the 42 Ps and Ds for the overdates. And then I did see a handful of 16s that I didn't check the reverse on for any Denver mints, and I saw a handful in the 20s that were 26. I didn't see any 1921s, which is a better date, but it doesn't mean that they could not be in there, because if I couldn't make out the fourth digit, then I went ahead and just threw it in for now, and I'll scope it later. So we know these are all the 20s, but if there's 21s, we'll find out. All right, let me go ahead now and first go through all the 42s and see if I possibly have any overdates. I've got my scope plugged in, ready to check it out. I'll be back with good news or with bad news. Unfortunately, I've gone through all the 1942s, checked them for the overdates. I already put the 42s back with the 45s. I do have a shorts video on what to look for, but since I have you here, the 42p overdate is an easy one to see. You can see the 4 and the 2 and the 4 and the 1 behind it like it was double struck. And then the 1942 Denver is a little tougher to see, but you still have a little notch down here below the 4 and the 2. You can see it. This one's easy to spot, probably naked eye visible. This one you need a loop or a scope. I definitely use my scope on all of them. Unfortunately, like I said, nothing here. Now let me go through the teens and 20s, and all we're really looking for in these dates is a 16D and then a 21P&D, and if we have a 26S, that'd be nice as well. Let me check through these and I'll bring you back. All right, well, we finished going through the teens and 20s. As far as 1926, we did have 3 1926s. Unfortunately, they're all Philadelphia. The San Francisco mint is the lower mintage, and Denver's even a slightly better one as well, but we only got 3 Phillies. For the 1916s, we had 6. Of course, we didn't find any 16Ds, but we had 3 1916 Phillies and 3 1916 San Franciscos. And when I first flipped them around, I got excited seeing that small mint mark down there, but San Fran. I didn't expect to find anything as far as varieties or better dates in this junk silver purchase lot, but still nice adding a lot of Mercury dimes to the collection. We'll just go ahead and grab these and put them with the teens and 20s. And for those wondering what my system is down here, I have all my teens and 20s here, my 30s here, and the 40s in here. I will also say that when I was sorting the 30s, I didn't see any 1931s. I think the 31 Denver might be a better date. Did not see any 31s, a couple of 1930s. That's going to do it for the Mercury dimes. I think what I'll do next is get the Roosevelts out really quick, start looking for a few of the 64D DDRs. I don't want to spend too much time on them, but when I sort them, if I have some nice 64Ds, I'll scope those and I'll bring it back with if I have any findings or not. Otherwise, I'll give a recap of this hunt. All right, we've gone through all of the 60s. I pulled out all the nice 64s that were also Denver, and I scoped them for the DDRs, did not see that. There are a lot of nice coins in here, nice enough that they would be definitely good for upgrades for most albums. On top of that, I saw a lot of 40s in here, 46, 47, 48, 49, and I would imagine if I were to actually sort these like I've done in previous videos, I probably could make a full book of Roosevelt dimes, although I'm not going to do that this time. I'm still a little bit under the weather, and sitting here sorting it would be tough. If you were curious, I went ahead and used my scale and weighed out approximately 50 Roosevelt dimes, and it looked like I had 7 full rolls or 350 Roosevelt dimes. And then, of course, I just subtracted from 1,000, so we probably have 650 Mercury dimes. I couldn't do these by weight because a lot of them are pretty slick, but typically the Roosevelts have a lot less wear, and every single time I did a 50 roll set, it was 124.3 through 125.0 grams. So easier to do the Roosevelts and subtract the difference. It's always nice getting more Mercury dimes than Roosevelt dimes, and I'll take it. I know it wasn't really a great hunt. I didn't do a hunt and fill. I didn't cover some of the major varieties I was looking for. I didn't find any better dates, but I still had fun going through it. Hopefully you guys had fun watching me. If you did, I certainly would appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.